time, I'd just like to present to you our fictional company, Safe Journey, where we understand that for travelers and vacation enthusiasts, safe traveling matters, even at your destination. So what are some of the challenges that Safe Journey is solving? As we all know, COVID-19 has updated all of our viewpoints and value on sanitation, not only for the now to short term, but for the long term and for years to come. Everyone has been affected by this pandemic in some way, and everyone now values sanitation, especially if it's to leave your safe haven, the home. So destinations around the world have different risks. We know that for COVID-19, it affects different parts of the world differently. This is a problem because it prompts us to be more aware of the different risks of places we want to travel to. Where you are heading may not be where you end up. Say you are planning a trip 2 months in advance, or 6 months in advance, or even a week in advance. The state of COVID-19 infection may very well be different 2 days from today, let alone 2 months. This is a problem because how do you know if the destination you are booking is safe by the time that you've arrived at your Airbnb or your hotel at that location? The no easy way exists for travelers to consider health hazards. Sure, you can Google COVID-19 cases in a particular location, and you can have that page refreshing every day leading up to your departure. But the problem is obvious here. That's not a reasonable thing to do, and it wouldn't be a seamless process for the purpose of booking a safe trip. People now moving forward will be looking for a validated process of reviewing a destination's health hazards. So our solution, a mobile and web platform that uses micro AI technology to detect abnormal infection rate of COVID-19 for the traveler's destination. So why is this important? Users can use our proprietary AI technology to be informed of a location's health situation. Is this destination showing regular or average rate of infection? Or is this destination exhibiting an abnormal rate of infection? This means that there is an outbreak on an intensity level that should alarm users not to go to that location in the near future. One of the coming features we have to our platform is that we are able to suggest an alternative location that is near your chosen destination. And this alternative route exhibits a safer rate of infection. This is easy to do since we've already figured out the hard part of calculating the abnormality. All we would need is a little bit more development time. And lastly, we are able to allow users to book a stay with a third-party vendor like Airbnb. This closes the loop and makes it one seamless process for a user to pick a safe destination. They can then go book their stay with a potential third-party partner, and that also ties into the revenue, the revenue model. The screenshots below are some mock-ups to show you a couple things. Mainly that we have created a safe score that takes into account the historical data of the location's infection rate, and using our proprietary AI technology to see if that location's infection rate is growing abnormally or not. Also, we can show you other non-AI-like data, like the location's number of infected cases, death cases, and even prediction of death and infected cases. Next, market validation. I'm gonna hand this off to Michael.
Yes. So, thought behind, where this idea originated from is really seeing a shift within consumer behavior, specifically in the travel industry. Now, obviously, with everything at a halt during the current pandemic, it's going to have a long-term effect on permanent behavior and how consumers consider and plan their trips. One of the biggest ones right now is a lot of the current third-party vendors are noticing a shift in trip booking timelines going from 1 to 2 months out to 1 to 2 days out, and also consumers Googling and considering information that they hadn't considered in the past, things around health risks, sanitation, security risks, and so on. So when going through and researching sort of what the travel market looks like and how current players in that market are adapting, some statistics we came up on was, TripAdvisor currently is used by 463 million travelers per month, with hotel booking and traveling being its largest segment across its services. It's active in 49 markets globally, and it grew 5% between 2016 to 2019. Now, with the COVID-19 pandemic currently going on, they're prioritizing other segments that are allowing them to bring in these factors around, health risks and the size of the crowds and population traffic and trends. And same thing for Airbnb. So prior to the coronavirus, more than 2 million reservations were made per night through Airbnb with 150 million plus users. And since 2017, there's been a 120% increase in the number of senior hosts over 60, which is where, that most at-risk population comes from. And that's when they're put, their lives are put on the line. And the fastest growing Airbnb hosts are considered in that senior age range. So the Safe Journey opportunity here really is eliminating those health uncertainties during your travel destinations and promoting that risk aversion. And the travel bookings will increase as the COVID-19 pandemic subsides and users are starting to get reassured. And so getting ahead of those permanent shifts in the behavior allows for that opportunity to capitalize and stand out within the travel industry.
So what's next? This isn't the full scope of SafeScore's functionality. SafeScore can take in data sets from other diseases. It's not just COVID-19, it could be anything else. SafeScore accuracy improvement. We can take into account the destination's current rank out of total world ranks. And we can also do suggestions to nearby locations with better safe scores. And then Michael is going to talk about other applications on how we can apply SafeScore technology.
Yeah, so applying SafeScore technology into a similar concept, when you're traveling and you're not familiar with the area, especially if you're out of the country, you don't know exactly where the hospitals are located. There's no real easy way of knowing where those hospital hotspots per se are. And so applying our technology to expand on that and being able to mark where these hospital hotspots are and where there's an abnormal growth rate of infections. And that on one end, provides information to the consumer, but also allows for hospitals to be able to reallocate medical equipment effectively and timely, as well as tracking and communicating inventory stock on essential items with, grocery store locations. That's not just a problem currently going on. That's going to be only now with COVID-19, but when you're traveling, abroad and you're trying to find a certain, a certain good, and you're not familiar with the stores, this would allow you to be able to know which stores have what in stock, and it'll all be able to be processed in real time. And then as well, with the growing consideration of pets and a lot more people owning pets nowadays and having, that more care given into them, detecting pet health abnormalities the same way that we do with humans through a collar with sensors connected to an app that would also track different health variables around their temperature, anxiety, allergies, stress levels, and so on.
All right, for the last half, I'm gonna pass this off to our dev team to talk about the demo and go into a little bit more detail about the technology. Gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen now, and Ryan, you can start sharing yours.
Okay, so guys, this is our the microwave service here. So when everyone just visits this website, the map will detect your locations. So right now I'm living here, so your locations. It will detect which one is your nearest case for the COVID-19. So in my case, the nearest case is the Dallas County. So right now, it will give me some information for the distance for your locations and the county. And right now, today's the Dallas County, how much cases in here and how much the death here. And so if we want to visit another, to go to another county and to see the result of that, so we can type like the colon here and choose the Texas. And if we start your journey, and the micro AI will calculate the results, the predictions, and the safe score index your journey destinations. So when I start here, so you can see my background here. This is my back end. I install these whole things in the Raspberry Pi, and so right now the micro AI right now is only choose in these moments micro AI use the two channels to determine the accuracy here, and so you can see right now it start collecting the data here, and he will training and start the AI engine, and then he will give the result back. And right now, if we in the future we have to approve the accuracy, so we can add in some channel. It's not only about the COVID-19. Probably we can add in some the crime number and use another like the other Ds to detect this county is safe or not. And and if we validate this one, so it's done. So the website will say, oh, this right now is the safe county is the 90%, and showing your infection rate, how many what is the label for that, and then if you want to see this is score, so you can this depends on that. So if we want to improve that score, we have some like the other index to validate this model is correct. So like we have the other things is the top 10 dangerous things. This top 10 dangerous TCR is the total confirmed rank. So we calculate by the populations things and give the rank of the county among all of the United States. And so we focus on the total death rank because I thought the more tests, probably we have the more confirmed, but the death number is more convincible to say the dangerous things. So I focus on the top total death rank and see what is the dangerous things. So that's the things we can use this one to validate the micro AI things to improve its performance, and to do in the future we can do the more and more channels that can improve the accuracy for the results. Yes, that's my demo.
So so just to add to Ryan's demo, so he's using micro AI, which is a unsupervised learning algorithm built by the One Tech team, and this basically takes the data and creates the future trends as well as provides insights into what is going on right now. So go on, guys.
Okay, Ryan, is that everything you wanted to show?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, guys, so that pretty much concludes our technology and demo showing. So judges, if you guys have any questions, please feel free.
Lai, Rashmi,
Yeah, well, I'll let the other judge go first. I have a couple questions only. So.
I guess this is what I was talking about when we were talking to the previous team. This is really well done. I think this is where there is a lot of correlation how you train that data, and very happy to see the micro AI being used in the way that it's being deployed. I guess I just probably have just a suggestion. There could be ways to improve the safe score by adding certain third-party services or something like that. If that helps people feel more comfortable going to maybe an Airbnb location or something like that, right? So there are, for example, cleaning companies that specialize in crime scene cleanups. You know, there could be ways to authorize third-party services to be deployed to improve your safe score.
Yeah.
But this is nicely done.
That's what we want to edit this, but we need more time to use that.
Yeah, I like this a lot. This is really good.
Yeah, thank you a lot for that feedback, Rashmi. Yeah, our safe score is just a number, right? That we came up with. The algorithm can be used. We could take in data from other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be good to see if the customer or the traveler can customize that, how you guys can correlate those information to and do the prediction. Like, for example, does it based on other feedback from the previous visitors? And so the number of positive feedback, and it may change the score accordingly, or maybe I want to have a different weight for different scoring system. For example, I may lean on more previous visits for the last 2 weeks, because I'm going to go there last 2 weeks. I'll put more weight on the last 2 weeks of the data. So it will be good to see if that can be customized too.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea. The other thing, I guess, would be if you give a checklist of appropriate actions that a traveler could take to improve the safe score. And I think that can reinforce the habits of social distancing, masks, and things like that. Just helping the general, I guess, just helping probably CDC to make sure that people are continuing to use. This could actually be used as a tool that promotes safe travel.
Yeah, Rashmi, that's very exciting. That's actually one of the things we wanted to implement. Just didn't have enough time for one of the functionalities to be suggestions on, hey, there's a location near you that exhibits a safer, safe score, where there's a more average infection rate that's not, totally high or abnormal, that you can go to instead of. So that's
right. Right. I love the branding, safe journey and safe score.
Yeah. I think you can also extend the concept of safe score to apply to actual locations. So if I'm going to Kroger in this location versus Kroger in that, which one has a better safe score? So
that we talked about that. That was one of our first things. There are very, very many applications of this, and this is just one of the ones we wanted to demo, was about the journey, but we could just talk.
I guess the upside to revenue, I guess, is probably in the travel industry, which has been hit majorly right now, right? And it's and it's probably not going to improve, but there are a lot of people employed in this industry that this could wreak havoc if people don't start traveling soon.
I agree.
Katz, do you have any questions? Lai, any more questions?
No, but this is a very good idea for the prediction using AI. So yeah, if we need improve this concept, yeah, that will be the great application. Yeah, I think this is a good idea.
Thank you.
Thank you. So,
hey, yes, sir. I'm not a judge, but I have a question for Ryan. Can I pick you?
Yeah, please ask. Please go ahead and ask.
Yeah, this application is a huge surprise because I did not know they are doing this project. But from viewpoint of user, I mean, can you tell me, for example, if I want to go shopping tonight, can you tell me is Kroger safer than Walmart, or which one is the best place to go?
Yeah, that's a better idea. But the hard thing is the data collections. I don't have this data, but if we have this data, The micro AI will give the prediction and the result.
Okay, I think right now your apps can tell me, it looks like maybe Seattle is safer than New York or something like that. However, I think from personal viewpoint, I want to know Kroger or Costco or Whole Foods, which one is better, which one is safer, So yeah, it's great app, I think. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, team. Thank you. Great effort. So now we move to the next team.